take a look at my favorite build. So starting here, you can see I've done 86 Dew runs. That means I did New Game Plus 86 times, collected the Yggdrasil Dew around the Lake of Nine, and that permanently buffs your stats. Then you can start a New Game Plus, and you will retain the staff buffs from the Yggdrasil Dew. So this is how you get ridiculous stats. All the stats do, for the most part, at least the damaged ones like Strength and Runic, have caps. It's hard to say exactly where. I think Strength is capped somewhere around 450. Runic is right around 250. Defense and Vitality keep scaling. Every 2 Vitality is 1 HP. Cooldown has a hard cap at 332. At that point, none of the Runic attacks, either Kratos or Atreus's, get any faster. And yeah, that's the cap there. And then for luck, that one's really hard to quantify. I found it useful up to like 300. Beyond that, it's hard to say if it's adding any additional benefit. But having these stats that's loaded out just keeps it consistent, and it's fun to play. When it comes to the axe, my favorite light attack is the Strike of Utgard. This one I like because it has a quick cooldown. You can also do the single slash or the charged one, and even the single one freezes most enemies it hits, so that's great. Glaive Storm is just super OP. This one can do a lot of damage to a lot of different people, so it's one of the better heavy runic attacks. I like this axe pommel because it complements my build. I'll talk more about this later, but the Frost Explosion is good with some of the frost damage enchantments I have. I like the just the look of the Exile's Guardian Shield. And then for the blades, Blast of Hephaestus. This one's good because it does a lot of fire damage, also short cooldown. And Hyperion Slam is also just OP. It does so much damage, especially if enemies stay in the fire. This is how you can take down Valkyries quickly. And then same idea here with the grip. It complements the build. You'll see it with some of the fire perks. For Atreus, the wolves are the most useful for the Valkyrie fights. Other than that, you can really use whatever you want. Alright, so I like the Cod Tunic because when you step on the health or the rage crystals, they do a ton of damage. They do frost and burn damage to enemies. It sends them flying, and so it's fun to play with that. For the enchantments here, these are all axe throw buffs. I like this that way, just consistent, most damage, not necessarily depending on any type of luck. Then when it comes to the gauntlets, the Traveler one, this is to help with the barehanded attack. So I have an enchantment for barehanded attack damage here, plus the gloves, and then I have another enchantment on the waist guard for barehanded damage. Then you'll see I have the burn damage buffs here. So this coupled with the the blades pommel, you can do a ton of fire damage. And then same idea here. We have one of those barehanded attacks enchantments. This is the frost damage you see here with the axe pommel. And then the last one, Horn of Heimdall. This one, I just like the damage it does. It looks cool, so it's pretty good. And then we have the Perfect Mark of Kvasir. This is great, obviously, for last-minute dodges. Allows you to do a ton of damage to opponents. Blessing of Swiftness on this one. This is great just to allow you to be mobile throughout the battlefield. And then the last one for the dodging speed boost. This is great also, just to keep you moving. So that is pretty much the build there. And then Atreus, of course, Tunic of the Champion.